Studio here in marine biologist and aquarium designer Jean-Marie Messuet's studio in Cannes, France. Hi, Jean-Marie.
Hello.
Okay, let's talk about some marine life this afternoon. How did you get involved with building aquariums?
I will involve because when I was diver, young biologist, I wanted to protect the marine life, and the good way I think was to do movies, to do photography, but not enough. So I take a part of the sea, to put in the apartment of the human, to explain them that the sea is so wonderful that we have to protect.
Where do you get your ideas for your designs of the aquariums?
Or I take idea in my mind, in the nature, in the environment. I try sometime to do something exactly like just behind you, by example, is exactly like in the sea. But sometimes we do themas like vessel under the sea, or Greek city under the sea, or voilà. So we do what we think good for the custom. Anyway, we put graph and we chose, enfin, he chose what he wants, and we do what he need.
Do you choose the fish that go in the aquariums?
Yes, we choose the fish because we are biologists, and when the custom say me, by example, I want a shark in the aquarium, if there is a shark, we know what fish we can put with the shark. We cannot put some predator with fish. Well, so it's necessary to know effectively the fish, to do a good population, to respect what is possible to be together.
How many names of fish do you think you know?
We know many fish, but also each day we learn that we know nothing.
I remember you told me that above land we can have life for 100 meters, but below the sea life goes on for about 4,000.
Yes, the percentage of the sea ocean in the world is 70% for 4,000 meters of moyenne, and only the life on the ground of 30% is only 100 meters for the bird flying, and so you imagine the difference of the quantity of life we have in the ocean.
Do you think life evolved from the sea?
It's possible that the life 4 million years before appear in the sea. It's possible that because the sea were everywhere, the life come from the space. We don't know, but one thing is sure, that the first bacteria was comment dire, eating gas carbonique, enfin CO2, and the first gas that they made was oxygen. So during 1 million years, the first bacteria makes the oxygen of the planet, and after these bacteria are always living, but under the ground where there is no oxygen, because they cannot live with oxygen. So you imagine the first animal, the first life on the planet, make pollution for him.
You mentioned that some fish emit oxygen. I thought most oxygen comes from the trees.
Yes, 40% of oxygen or 30% of oxygen are coming from tree, from grass, from all the vegetable, but 60 or 70% of the rest of oxygen is coming from the phytoplankton. The phytoplankton is like algae, but plankton, very little animals with a skeleton. The skeleton is made by calcaire, calcium, I don't know in English, calcium, yes. And this, if we have too much CO2 in the atmosphere, the sea become more acid, and this can attack the skeleton of this phytoplankton. Imagine if the level is too important and they have no skeleton, perhaps we have no phytoplankton, perhaps we have no oxygen. So you see, we have to respect really to understand we are on the bad way, and we have to change our behavior.
Why is it always blue inside the aquarium?
It's not really blue, but you have the spectre of the light. We try to have the spectre of the sunlight, and the blue is. And in general, you see the sea is blue, the sky is blue. For what? Because it is the temperature of color that it is good for coral, for many things. And we try to have the same level of light that the sun, and we accentuate the blue, and we lower the red and the yellow. Voilà. So this is a reason for the coral. It's not really blue, but it seems blue because other light are yellow. In fact, are not white. The blue, more the light is blue, more she is white in reality. It's difficult to explain, but in the temperature of color, in general, we use 10,000 degree Kelvin. 10,000 degree Kelvin, the temperature is really white. But for corals, we use sometimes one of 10,000 and one of 20,000. 20,000 is more blue. And this is the level we accept to see the coral growing. If we have a temperature of color of 6,500 degree Kelvin, it seems that the light is yellow, you see? So voilà. We try to respect the color, the temperature of color for the growing of corals.
When you're building an aquarium, a lot of times you see live coral. Do you take the coral from the sea?
No, actually, we currently we take a part of a coral, and this part grow in aquarium. I have many reproduction of coral. It's not necessary to take in the sea. Many coral are built by aquariophile, because when you take just a little part of coral, if you put on a support, if you give him the good light and the good level of calcium and many things in the sea, he grow 2-3 centimeters by year, and we have a magnifique coral. All these are not coming from the sea, but are coming from reproduction.
Have you ever gone swimming with the sharks?
Very, very often we dive with shark in the sea, but also in aquarium. And I can say you that sharks are not dangerous. It's not Joves, except in some place where if you make surf at the night, it could be dangerous. But in general, sharks are not dangerous when you dive. When you are at the surface, it could be different. So we have to understand that we are only invited in the sea. We are not at home. And imagine if somebody come in your house, suddenly you can attack him. Shark is the same. They are in the sea, and sometimes they don't understand what happened, and they could be dangerous. But in general, they are not dangerous.
I've always heard that sharks can smell blood. Is that true?
Yes, shark can smell blood, but other fish also. Many fish, when you put food or blood, they are immediately they understand that there is something interesting. For the sharks, that sometimes we have egg, because sharks have many system of reproduction. We have egg. Some are vivipar, some are ovipar, some are ovovivipar. So it's very different reproduction. But when we have egg of shark, if we can see the baby shark inside the egg, and if we put food or blood, we can see immediately the baby shark moving more in the egg. So effectively, it smelled.
What about all the videos you see of people going into the ocean in cages and the sharks trying to get at them?
At the start, we think that the white shark were very dangerous because we see picture of shark biting the metallic cage, but in fact they are very attracted by metal. So when you put a metal cage, they come to test, and they have no arm to test, so they test with only part of the body they have is moss, and they test. And they not are trying to break the metal, but they like the taste of the metal. By example, in '94, we were working in Bahamas for a submarine with the Comex, and we do the first dive with metallic suit, and we understand that the shark were very attracted by the metal. It's very fantastic to see that the shark by the metal is attracted, and he like to be touched like a dog.
Really?
When we have the glove in metal, he likes this. He like to be touched.
In the Mediterranean Sea, you also have white sharks, but there seem to be not many shark attacks. Why?
Alors, in Australia or South Africa, white shark, where we think they are very dangerous shark for human, but in reality also the human have a bad behavior. They put food, like rest of cow in the sea, so the shark were habituated to come to eat this. We have the same white shark in Mediterranean, and never we have attack because we have no seal also, because in South Africa or in they have seal, and the shark attacks the seal. It is their favorite meal. But also in Mediterranean, we don't do this. It's very important to understand that if we put food, we change the behavior of the animals. And the animal, when they eat fish, is not dangerous for human. If they eat cow, after human is not very different. Is mammal also, so the meat is not really different.
That explains a bit of why when there's a shark attack on a human, a lot of times it's not until the person's dead, unless they die of complications from being bitten, the sharks don't like the taste of humans.
I don't know for what they don't like the taste, but because they are not habituated to eat humans. I say you, if in a year 10 persons are killed by shark, is the maximum. In general, is less. So they are not habituated to eat human. Well. But you know that the contrary, we kill 300 million of shark each year to take the fin for make soup. For this is stupid because predators are very important in the sea. If we have no predator, a day perhaps we have no fish also, because when a disease is coming on fish, the fish is not so strong that other, and the shark can kill him and eat him. But if nobody removes this disease fish, you can have a big disease on all the fish. So imagine a day if we have no shark, we can also have no fish in the sea.
What is your favorite aquarium that you've ever built?
Alors, we have done a big aquarium in Saudi Arabia, 5 for the King Abdallah, and one of them is very, very incredible, but it's difficult to speak of them because they are very private place and private project. But effectively, in this country, we have done some incredible projects that are difficult to do in France or in other parts of the world.
Take me through building an aquarium. What is your first step?
Our first step is to make the conception, because we understand what the customer wants, and we speak with him, and we discuss, and we propose, we make graph, and after, if the project is accepted, we can do the realization, we can do the work, And also, in general, we are involved also to the team of maintenance. We train a team of maintenance that in general dive in the aquarium to clean the glass, to clean the corals, to clean many things. And voilà, we do the three step: conception, realization, and maintenance.
With the actual building of the aquarium in Monaco, I think the aquarium is magnificent. It's right along the Mediterranean Sea, and you mentioned that you had to actually cut out part of the ground to get the glass to go all the way down.
For the bigger aquarium in the Monaco Museum, they have a glass of 9 meters height, so it was not possible to transport him this glass in only one piece. So they have to they cut this glass was in two parts. They pass this glass from the level, the superior level with a hole in the flat, in the ground, and they put the glass. They put the second glass, and after they have to make a chemical bonding, and a Japanese company come to make the chemical bonding, and they do a big job.
Have you ever seen a real mermaid?
Yes, I have seen a real mermaid. Anna was in one of my aquarium in Cannes. I was very, very happy to see a real mermaid. But in the sea, I never see, because it is a legend coming from the manatee or dugong that are mammals. And I think that the first sailor, when they were surprised because they think in the sea there are only fish. And when they see mammals outside of the water, they think they have hallucination. Perhaps some dive and die because they don't know to swim. And the legend was that mermaids are dangerous, but no, mermaids are not dangerous. Look, Anna, you will see she is not dangerous.
I've seen you dressed like a pirate. Why?
Because sometimes I say no. I'm a pirate because I say no. By example, if the government say they have to kill a shark because shark attack human, I cannot agree this. So I say no. I fight with this because it's necessary to protect animals. Animals, they do the job of animals. Human has to understand that animals, they don't do anything par méchanceté. Enfin, if they kill somebody or some animals, it's to eat only. They are not thinking of profit, of money, of like human. Human are worse than animal. Animal are really, they do the job of animal. And so I am a pirate for this because I say no.
I know this is going to be difficult, but if you had to choose just one thing, what's your most interesting fact about the ocean?
By example, we know that the coral is a very, very small animal, but building big construction. In this big construction, we have a big part of the life in the sea, and also in other parts. But where there is coral, there is the possibility to put egg for many species, and it's very important. So I think we have to respect this part of the sea that is very close to where the men live. So we have to understand that it is very important to protect coral, and if we protect coral, we protect all the sea, I think.
I would like to thank you so much for explaining about marine life this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, Raquel.